Be okay with the place that you're in, make the best of it, and grow as you are allowed to grow.
Hey, we are in the gym with Celeste. So Celeste is going to talk to us a little bit about her business. Celeste, what is the name of your company?
Professional Business Consultants Incorporated.
And what do you all do?
Well, we do a little bit of everything. So the biggest thing that we do is we consult with businesses and entrepreneurs how to legalize their business, grow their business, and take control of their business, start and enhance. We also have a product line where we grow hair and correct imperfections of the scalp. We also have salon suites that we lease out. We have 11 of them currently. And we just journey into the beauty world, the entrepreneur world, and loving what we do.
Okay, so I talked to Celeste a little bit off camera, and she started being an entrepreneur at the age of 8. Can you talk a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey at the age of 8 years old?
Sure. I didn't know what entrepreneurship was. I didn't know that's what I was headed to. But most of my life is just what happens. My mom was a single parent and she had 2 of us to take care of, and she was working. So we had to do each other's hair. So I started pressing and braiding my hair and my sister's hair. That turned into my classmates, my neighbors, friends at church. And it grew from that to maybe about 12 years old. A local salon owner contacted my mom and asked if she would be okay with me working at her salon. And she said yes if I said I wanted to do it. And I was like, yes, I want to do it. And that gave me an opportunity to meet a lot of different ladies and people from around the world and in the area. So I grew from that to loving what I did, hair. And after maybe about 16, I decided I wanted to go to school and do it. So in high school, I could do it. So I went to Hamilton High, completed cosmetology hours, manicuring hours, got both licenses, and graduated from high school and decided, okay, well, maybe I'll get another license. Let's go to the top of the ladder.
Let's go for it.
So we got an instructor's license and went from there to working with the state reciprocity into Texas. So I'm licensed in Texas and Tennessee, and just growing from there, and plenty of things in between. So that's pretty much in a nutshell how the entrepreneurship started.
What have been some of your biggest challenges being an entrepreneur?
I think the biggest challenge is when I attended college and completed my degree in paralegal studies in corporate and banking corporations. It is hard to get other entrepreneurs to understand the business aspect of it and take their personal thoughts and aspirations out of it so that they can grow and be successful. That has been the biggest challenge. A lot of people will criticize the quote-unquote business part of it, and I'm really particular about the business part. If it's not right, it's just not right. So for example, yesterday one of the suite mates wanted to use the mop, and that's fine, but she left it in the hallway. That's just unacceptable to me. Well, some people may say, well, it's just, I mean, we know we have to clean and it's okay. It's just a mop bucket. But no, customers should never see the mop bucket, to me. So I'm just real particular about the business part of it. If it's a corporation, I feel like on paper, I look the same as any big or small corporation that is successful. And that's just something for me to do.
Okay. So from you saying that, I got that you believe in presentation. So with you being an entrepreneur as well as being in the beauty world, how important is presentation when starting a business or when putting yourself in the forefront as a business owner?
100% presentation is perception. What people perceive of you is what they're going to think of you and treat you as such. So it's everything. You only have your reputation, and that is your presentation of that people see and they receive of you. So it's everything, 100%. It's like 99.999% of everything that you're presenting to the world. So if that's not on point, then what do you really have? Your reputation is everything. One thing I have strived in this world and lifetime is when you say my name, you're going to say specific things about me. Everybody. And I think I've achieved that. And I've lived that. It's not fake. It's not thrown out there to be a look. It is who I am. So your reputation is everything. And that is what you present to people.
Okay. What are some of the misconceptions about entrepreneurship that you have experienced?
The first thing is that you are your own boss. Like that's like the mother of all. Why would you want to be an entrepreneur? You're your own boss, No, you have so many little bosses. And you have to please everybody. And once you get what your pleasing is going to be, then you'll be okay. But that is the biggest misconception. You're your own boss. Well, are you paying yourself? Like, are you the customer? So really you are, but you're not. Like, you have to understand where that fits. And it's kind of in the dark. Like, you can say that you work these hours, but if your customers are not those hour people, then you may have to adjust. So it's you're your own boss with several adjustments.
Okay.
So to say.
So you touch on, I can tell just by talking to you that you're big on customer service. Not necessarily, from what I've seen, not necessarily everyone is big on customer service. What advantage do those people that do have great customer service have over those that don't have great customer service?
I think it is mostly longevity. If I have great customer service with you at the age of 6, then I may still have you until the day you die as a customer. But as soon as that customer service starts to die, our relationship starts to die. Like, for instance, this morning, I stopped to get some food on my way here. And I had a question about what I was ordering. And the young lady was not nice about it. So it's like, okay, I don't have to come back here again. But if I had better customer service, then I would have, you could serve me in the morning, in the afternoon, and at dinner. Like, that is so important that businesses and professionals understand. The customer, you want them to spend their money with you. So if that's what you want, then you want to please them in the best professional way. I'm not saying go against your beliefs or go against what you want to present as a business owner, but at least make sure that what you're offering them is the best and you're giving the best.
Okay. Handling a customer when you're having a bad day. What is the best way to leave your feelings at home and still be professional and still be kind despite what you may be going through personally?
One thing that entrepreneurs should keep in mind, personally, it's nothing to do with this entrepreneurship when you go to work. So if you'll never have a bad day personally if you understand when you hit the door that this is a business and work environment, then you won't have personal bad days. If you have them and you can't control yourself, stay at home. Don't go to work. Take the day off. You just really should not have bad days with your customers. And handling it is whatever, learn yourself. What do you need to make your day better? For me, it's a Coca-Cola, okay? If I can have a sip of Coca-Cola, woo, the caffeine calms me down. I'm okay. I'm good. Certain music, the atmosphere, keeping things that are your triggers out of your environment. Like, those things are very important. If I know what artists I like to listen to on my way to work, I do that. If I like to keep my focus on something that's going to keep me off of the thoughts of my personal woes or anything that's bothering me, then that's what I do. Like, you have to, when I'm getting ready to present on stage, I have to get in a mindset. So I listen to specific music and I get in my mode. and then I'm ready for my audience. So the same thing I do when I come to work. I'm in my mode to work and please my clients every day that I come in. And that's what it is. When I was ready to talk with you today, I got in my mode for communication. So you just have to be prepared. Just prepare. Prepare.
Kind of pushes me into your consulting firm legalities. So some people don't necessarily have paperwork in order. They just say, hey, I want to start a business. They often run into the business, but they don't have the legalities underway. How important is it to have your business structure, have things incorporated, make sure that you're doing things in line versus just doing a business without having legal things in order?
One thing about having everything legal, it's not important until you actually need it. I've had so many calls from customers when they have let the paperwork slack, because there's yearly things that you have to do. Every year, annually, you have to do things. So they've let that fall by the wayside. And they're at the bank and they're looking to get a loan. And then they call, hey, I'm disillusioned. I don't understand what to do. What can I do? Celeste, help. Well, if I wasn't in a position and in the mindset and the education that I have, I wouldn't be able to go online and just actually take care of their paperwork and get them back on track within minutes. But they do that. So that is the biggest thing that people may miss, is keeping that legal document accurate and active is very important when you really need it, when you need to borrow money, when you need to prove that your business is in good standing, when you are looking to do things as a business, so to say, instead of as a personal. We buy cars, we buy property, we buy equipment in the business name and not your personal name. So if that personal documentation is not in order, you may not get to do those things. So that is the key, making sure you have it when you need it and know when you need it.
So I can tell that people have a strategy when they book you. What's the difference between a business owner winging it versus booking your services and actually having a strategy?
When you wing it, you miss those key components that are going to make sure that your I's are dotted and your T's are crossed. You also look risky to financial institutes when they're looking to loan you money, and you don't want to look risky. There is strategy to everything that you do. If you're looking to do big purchases within 2 years, you have to do something 2 years prior to make sure you're ready in 2 years in the future. And until you plan and know and have goals that are in the future, you won't know to do those things. So, and then you'll get turned around, or you'll get disappointed. And that's just not a feeling that people have to do. And a lot of times businesses, depending on who owns them, those who are winging it, they don't get to experience and enjoy some of the things that other businesses enjoy. And it's very important to me to make sure that everybody gets included. Just because you're a small business doesn't mean that you can't enjoy the luxuries of a large business. So it's just really, it's fickle, but don't wing it. Do it right from the beginning, you know? And when I get people in my space and they're looking for the consulting services, I take them from the beginning and I start them where they're together all the way legal, you know, on paper and everything. So it's not a question as to how am I going to do this. I'm going to put you in order, and then you're going to just soar from that point. You're going to be successful.
Okay. So I kind of want to touch a little bit on social media before we do wrap things up. As far as social media goes, social media basically makes it look like people just hit the ground running. You don't see people's failures. You just see all the highlights of their business success. But it makes a lot of people say, I want to start a business. But then behind the scenes, it's like, oh my God, this is not what I thought it was. The between lines, because I know you've had much success, but you've had your company for over 20 years. How did you overcome maybe some of the pitfalls or challenges you faced in the past? Or could you kind of give a difference between what you actually went through in real life versus the success people see online?
Well, I want to say that success has been in my business from day one. It's all in how you look at it and how you categorize what happens to you. Everything that people will look at as a negative or a pitfall, to me, was a push to growth, to be better at what I do. You have to, there are winners and there are losers, right? I like to think that we're both. When you lose, that helps you to win in a situation better in the future. You don't lose and that's it. You lose to get better so that you can know what happened to make you lose, and now you're going to be a winner in another area, or you're going to be better at it, or whatever the case may be. If you don't do that, if you don't put yourself in that mind frame, then you're going to see things as a negative, which is what we're always taught. Don't talk about it like it's negative. Listen, that I need everything. I want it all. I want the lose. I want the wins. I need to know how to be better. You can't be one way and that's it. To me, that's mediocre. And you want to be great at what you do. And you can't grow if you've never cried. How can you really be sincerely happy if you've never cried? So if I never pinched my toe on something, then I won't know that if I wear open toe shoes and I do that motion, I will pinch my toe. So I get better and I don't wear open toe shoes and I don't pinch my toe. So you have to understand where you are and how to place those things in your life. There's been times where I've been told, no, you can't purchase this or you can't do this. Well, you know what? I'm going to go about it a different way then. I'm not going to cry over the spilled milk. My mom told me once when I wanted to make a big move, I'd opened my salon and it was small. It was like 1,200 square feet. And I wanted to move to like, say, 3,000 square feet. And I called my mom. I said, Mom, I'm feeling those feelings again. She was like, listen, stop. Because the worst thing that can happen, you start over again. But the key thing with that, what she said to me was, you still can do it again. So why would you stop if something happens to make your plan is not going the way that you want it to go? Why would you stop? That just means, hey, let me change some things or tweak some things or alter some things. So I don't look at things as failures. Nothing, you know. You just have to be honest with yourself. Know where you are. Know yourself. Learn yourself. And understand what this world has to offer you. And it's everything. You can reach whatever it is that you want to reach. You just have to mentally be ready. So I'm not a billionaire, but I take it as the Lord is not ready for me to be in that situation right now. So I'm going to take the situation He has me in. Maybe it would be bad for me if I was a billionaire. I don't know. So I'm okay to be comfortable and be able. So and I enjoy my life and I enjoy my career. So to me, people should look at things in a particular way, and maybe that will change the perception as to it being negative or something hurtful or successful. How you look at it is really what drives it.
Okay, you made a great point. You kind of talked about timing, like waiting for the right time and not necessarily pushing things that God may have in store for you in the future. How do you patiently wait without getting anxious? You know how some people are like, why hasn't it happened yet? Why is it taking so long? How do you stay so patient in waiting and know that God is going to do it for you?
I think for me, I have the answer. It's not time. I'm not ready for it yet. Clearly, it's not time for me to do that yet, and I'm not ready for it. I think about the things that could be if I was having it and something worse happens. So everybody kind of dreams of having a whole lot of money, right? So if I had a whole lot of money, I would buy my children everything they want. I would buy my family everything they want. We would go places and visit all the different countries and do this and do that. Well, what if you buy all these things and it hurts them? So that's what drives me for my patients. Hey, it's not time, because something else could be worse if all that happens before it's time. It's just, when I was coaching a NFL player, and he had gotten drafted, and it was time for him to go and make all of this money. And I said to him, listen, I understand that you want to support your family and bring them up with you. But if you don't stabilize yourself with your money and get yourself used to making all this money first, you can harm them. And that's exactly what happened. You don't listen, and you just go and you buy all these things for people. Well, you bought this fast car for your brother, and your brother ended up dying in a car accident because he was speeding in the car. I'm not saying that was the actual reason why, but I still have the question. What if he didn't have that car? Would he have been in an accident? Some things are just not meant to happen when you force them to happen. Be okay with the place that you're in, make the best of it, and grow as you are allowed to grow. People win the lottery and they lose their money within like how many years? Like they said, it broke in so many years. So I don't want to win the lottery and be broke in 5 years. I don't want to do that. Let me stay on a steady playing field and be calm and cool with keeping some money, as opposed to not being able to afford your life, and you were for 6 months or 5 years, and then you at the rock bottom. I'd rather keep the steady pace than to be high and then low, all of a sudden. So that's what drives me. It's just not time. The answer is, it's not time for you to do that right now. So be okay with that. Put a plan together to get there, a reasonable plan, and then you'll get there. Like you said, I've been over 20 years in business, but I have been in my career 38 years. And it's time for me to have some of the things that I have now. It's time for me to be in the place that I am now. But at year 2, maybe not so much. I wasn't mature enough. I wasn't ready. So you have to be ready for those big things that you're asking for. And if you're not ready, it's just best that you don't have it.
Okay. How would people go about booking your services?
So they can go to my site, pbcinc.biz. That's pbcinc.biz. And you can book for consulting hours. You can book for months. You can book for specific initial startups. And all of that is available there on the site. You can email me. You can text or call, and we can set meetings, and we can get you on your way.
Okay. One word to describe your work ethic.
One word?
Yes, one.
Only one?
Only one.
Oh. Oh. I want 2 words.
Okay, go ahead. You'll be the first to have 2, but go ahead.
Professional and consistent.
I love it.